welcome to a new year and a new episode of Watchers on the Couch. I'm Tim Pickerel.
I'm Sarah Hedrick.
I'm Mike Daffron.
And I'm special guest Chris Naes.
I don't know if you're a special guest at this point. This is like the third time you've been on in a row.
Three in a row?
This is the Chris Naes hat trick.
This is the first time all of us are here together.
That's
though.
true.
That's
true. It's a monumentous occasion.
I am the second ginger on this
Ginger
fine
power.
podcast.
Gingers unite. My ginger.
There's plenty of gingers in Game of Thrones because I was watching today and noticing it. Yeah.
So you just said, you said on Facebook you were watching season 4 because you couldn't sleep.
Yeah, basically I woke up at 4 a.m. today because I work nights and my sleep schedule was crazy. But anyway, woke up at 4 a.m. and my girlfriend has former guest on this show.
Oh, I thought you were about to say former girlfriend.
No, former guest on this podcast, Lindsay. She has season 4 on Blu Ray.
Ooh.
Season 4 is a great season.
That's a good season.
And I watched 7 episodes today with commentary.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So,
Off and on. Like, we went grocery shopping and shit like that. You can't sit down and watch 7 hours of TV and not move.
You could.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, well, I don't do that.
We binge watched a lot of Twin Peaks.
I have to get up and pee and stuff. Like, I don't, you know what I mean?
Oh well, yeah.
It's a whole
Pause.
thing. If I'm going to dedicate that long.
Well,
But
if you're watching on Blu-ray, then you have like dedicated spots to like go pee and like take
For
a
sure.
stretch break because you got to switch out the discs anyway.
those Blu-rays
Netflix, man, you just get fat and fall into a coma.
Yeah. Unfortunately, HBO isn't on Netflix yet. They don't have a deal. But
But it's on Amazon Prime. Or, well, it's just on Amazon,
Yeah.
not Prime.
Yeah.
but if you get Blu-rays, and I took a couple of notes about the Blu-rays really quickly.
All right.
There's recaps for each episode that will give you like cliff notes basically of what happened in previous episodes in the season.
Mhm.
So you'll know exactly where you should be story-wise.
Oh.
And that was really helpful. Like when a couple of the episodes don't have commentary,
Okay.
and I've already seen all of it, so like I know what's going to happen. So I just wanted to see like what the extra kind of stuff was.
Mm-hmm.
And for those, I did the recap, and I was like, okay, I don't really need to watch this episode now because I will see where I am. You know what I mean? That enabled me to skip forward a little bit.
Okay. So you didn't really watch 7 episodes?
I watched 6 of the 7.
Okay.
6 of the 7 had commentary. Yeah, but the commentary is sweet because it's not just the directors or just, you know what I mean, like certain actors. It's like everybody from the series took a turn. So if they were important in the episode, they're on that commentary.
Ah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it's an Arya episode, she's in it. One of the commentaries, I think it was for episode 5 is Arya and Sansa. They're the only ones on it, and they just get totally like teenage girly the entire time, and it is fantastic. It's like adorable. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I might
But
have
that
to
was
get
the
some-
only notes that I took today.
I might
That's all
have
I
to
had
get
to bring.
I might
I'll
have-
leave now.
We might have to get some Blu-rays then.
You should. They're excellent. Specifically for the extras, they're excellent.
Well, that's season 4. Let's talk about season 6.
Yeah, let's do it.
So
I'm in.
since we last met, whenever that was, I guess that was in November.
And then before that, it was in the summer.
Right. So moving forward, like up until season 6 starts, I'd like to at least try to get together once a month, just to talk about the news and what's going on.
April 20-something
Mhm.
is when it premieres, right?
20-something. Is,
Oh, man.
That was like the 9th. Oh, is it 24th?
No, it's the 20. I think it's the 24th.
It's
If
after
only
the 20th
there
because we were making jokes about it on the podcast Facebook.
Because it usually comes out earlier, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It usually
Like
Yeah, it usually comes on in March.
Oh, really? I thought it was February.
No, I don't think so.
Just
Maybe.
wishful thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually in spring.
You know what I think
So-
it is there is a shit ton of new shows premiering right around that time.
Mhm.
So they're going after all of those. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there is a lot going on in April, TV-wise.
Wow.
So,
Well, we got. Well, never mind. We don't need to talk about what else is coming on.
I
This
mean,
is a Game of Thrones show.
I actually listed all the stuff that I'm going to watch, so I could run down it.
What
but,
do you got?
I just bumped the mic. Sorry, listeners, for that nonsense that you
Better be
might have just
sorry.
heard. Okay, are you a listener?
Better be sorry.
Do you? You better be sorry. Let's see. X-Files is in January.
Oh,
yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
We're waiting for that.
American Crime Story: The People versus OJ.
Oh, wow.
That actually looks like it could be really interesting.
Okay.
Who is playing OJ? Fuck.
Is Cuba Gooding
It's
Jr.?
Cuba Gooding
Okay.
Jr. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, just right now in my
Cuba
head,
Gooding
like,
OJ.
I thought I knew that. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's Cuba Gooding
Yeah.
Jr. Then I'm like, what?
Uh,
No. Like, now it seems goofy to me. I know I've seen the previews, and it seems like, oh, yeah, he's probably going to do a good job.
I can't wait to
But
see
now
that
I'm thinking
Bronco
about it, I'm like,
chase.
it just seems
That
goofy
they're
to
gonna
me.
make that Bronco chase super dramatic. Mm-hmm. I'm into that.
How old is Cuba Gooding Jr. now?
Ooh, probably 50s.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old was OJ?
I have no idea.
All right.
No idea. There's some kind of show called Animals. It's like a animated show. It's going to be on HBO with a bunch of comedians. Better Call Saul is February 13th.
Yeah.
Vinyl on HBO
What's that?
is who is the director of that? Huge director. Son of a bitch. Wolves on Wall Street.
Scorsese?
Yes.
Oh.
I think he's a producer on it. February 15th, 11/22/63. That's the Stephen King show.
Oh, yeah. That
about the
assassination of JFK.
Yeah, and time traveling.
Yeah.
I've loved that book, so I'm super pumped about it.
I know a lot of people at my work read that book, and
Yeah.
they were talking about it, so
It's pretty amazing. And it looks like they nailed it.
I'm interested in seeing that.
That's on Hulu. I don't know what The Path is, but that's in March. And Yumi and the Apocalypse is another comedy about the apocalypse.
Because we need more of those.
Yeah. So that's what I have listed. So there's a shit ton of stuff going on around that time,
That's
and I think
insane.
they're thinking about all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these shows, when they're premiering, they have to schedule it around all the other shows. They're maybe close to the same genre. You know what I mean? They don't want to steal each other's audiences.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I've interrupted
I don't
your
know, I
stream of
feel-
thought twice already.
I feel like Game of Thrones would trounce all those anyway, because there's people that are already addicted to Game of Thrones, and people are going to say, oh, do I want to watch Game of Thrones, or do I want to watch the comedic stylings of the apocalypse? Well, I think I'll watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So they're hipster uppity people that watch Game of Thrones? Is that what? Because that accent implies that they're high class.
I don't know where
Yeah.
I got hipster from, but hipsters kind of talk like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
What would Sean Connery watch?
Well, let's ask him. Hey, Sean, how you doing?
Oh, hello. It's good to be here again. Oh, what were you going to ask me?
Don't slap any women. That's, you know.
Sometimes. Sometimes a woman just needs to be put in her place.
Whoa.
Well, let's get a woman's perspective on
Yeah,
this.
I don't think so.
You give them a slap on the bottom, you throw them on the bed, and you say, you stay there.
And then what?
And then I leave.
That's awful.
And when I get back to the hotel room, they better not have moved.
Well, not if you're playing Bond. Then you just lay them after you slap them down.
That's a movie, Chris. I'm talking about
Oh,
real life.
all right. I wasn't sure if you could distinguish between real life and movies.
Listen,
Sean.
there's something you should know about me. I'm not actually James Bond. I just played him in a movie.
Well,
Personally, I think he was too soft with women.
unless they were a villain, and then he kicks their ass.
Well, that was more Pierce Brosnan.
You're right. You're right. The classic Bond, they were just the
Pierce
lady.
Brosnan's also too soft on women. He let his wife get fat.
Sean, I had no idea you had such opinions about
I'm just saying.
Pierce Brosnan's women.
I'm just saying.
All right, Sean, you can leave now. Bring back Tim.
All right.
Bye, Sean.
Farewell. I don't know why you guys insist on having him on the show. Well, if there's one thing I've learned over the past few months of having Sean Connery actually at my house, it's that I'm not as enamored with Sean Connery as I used to be.
He's
as a younger
very
man.
opinionated.
He's very opinionated. He's kind of an asshole.
He really is. I can't wait for people to hear him on the ThorHammer special edition that we did here. It hasn't aired yet, but
It's awful.
that was a great time. I'm glad I brought him to the party last time. I don't know how he got here this time. He just sort of appeared out of
I think
nowhere.
he lives in the trees. Man. He's starting to live with that. What was that show?
Mike just invited him into the room, and he disappears out of nowhere. Did he come with you?
Maybe.
Yeah, well.
I'm actually deciding.
He might have followed me.
Yeah, he probably did.
I follow
I
everybody.
didn't see him, but
Oh, shit, he's back.
I live in the jungles now. The jungles behind Jefferson County. Not behind Jefferson County, around Jefferson County. These trees. It reminds me of the time that I was the medicine man. It's a very underrated movie.
I still think your best work was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Well, I'll tell you a little something about that movie. I wish they had killed Harrison Ford there like they did in Star Wars Episode 7.
Come on. Well, he doesn't appear again in the Crystal Skull, so hopefully he never appears in another Indiana Jones movie. Oh, wait, I'm talking about...
You're talking about me.
Yeah, I think he's not here.
I had a picture on the mantelpiece in the Crystal Skull. The other guy, he got a statue. What do I get? I get a little picture. Yeah. They didn't pay me for that either. They just got that off the internet.
Once again, very opinionated. Sean Connery.
You have to pay me to use my likeness.
Very bitter.
he's just bitter, just cause.
All right.
Oh, Zane.
Who's going to pay me, Junior?
Have you ever ran on a beach and shoot away a bunch of birds and taken on a plane since then? Because that scene was great. And I know I'm confusing real life with movies again, but...
Well, this is the embarrassing part. I'm going to be completely honest with everybody right now at this table. It's time you learn the truth about 9/11.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to leave it there.
Yeah, imply so many things. We could go so many places.
Well,
That statement was solid as the rock. As a rock. No.
Losers always cry about their best. Winners go home and crash planes into buildings. What, too soon? All right, guys.
Yeah, get out of here, Sean. We told you to leave.
There's only
before.
4 microphones, and I'm kind of the host of the show.
Right.
You give
Game
him,
of Thrones. Remember, guys,
give him the
we have
big
to
mic.
center ourselves.
No.
Whenever we go on tangents like that.
Right, so. Yeah, there is nobody to center us on tangents.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Connery.
Game of Connery Thrones.
So since we've met, they released a teaser poster of season 6.
What a tease.
Has everybody saw the poster, right?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
The only thing
All
I
right.
saw was let's go to the internet.
To the internet. I'll be editing internet
The only thing I
pauses
saw
out.
was
Probably
the
out.
date, like in the Game of Thrones text, whatever the you call that.
The copy over the... What are you talking about?
It just says 4/26/16 or whatever it is, and it's in the font of the Game of Thrones logo.
Okay.
That's the only thing I've seen. So I guess I did miss this teaser thing.
Okay, so we got the teaser image up, and they posted this back in November.
Okay.
So this was actually shortly after we did our last episode.
It looks like Jon Snow.
Looks like Jon Snow, with his head bowed and a little bit bloody.
Yes.
Says April HBO. Home box office.
I didn't know. We're not bringing Sean back
No.
into this.
So here's the interesting question.
Yes.
Did they just take a picture of Jon Snow because they're going to like do his burial or something like this? Because this could still be like a dead body, like hanged up somewhere.
Right.
Or do we think Jon Snow's coming back?
I think he's coming back.
I think he's coming back too.
I agree.
Everybody agrees. Okay.
Yeah, magic equals him coming back.
Yeah.
And I thought we talked about it before last time or something.
We have, but that was before they had a fucking poster with Jon Snow on it.
Right, yeah.
No, but I thought, some asshole, like, was flying his drone around, like, where they're filming stuff, and actually, like, he's on set.
Yeah, they saw him. They
Something
saw him
like that.
close to wherever they were shooting.
But that doesn't necessarily like they could.
Well, somebody
that could
saw him
mean
on
a
the plane to
flashback.
Somebody saw him on the plane going to Belfast or
Yeah.
coming from Belfast.
I mean, yeah, okay. Could be flashback. I don't know. I wouldn't see it being that way. But, you never know.
Yeah, no, I don't think that it is going to be a flashback. My opinion is he's coming back into the show, brought back to life somehow.
It'd be a flashback when he's a
But-
baby and they put his face on a baby.
A little beard on it.
Yep, that's certainly plausible. And if
When he
the
really
drone
did
guy
know
saw
nothing.
that, then it's for sure happening.
Right.
Baby face Jon Snow.
See? Yeah.
Well, Jon
Jon
Snow,
Snow on a
baby. He definitely saw that from overhead.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saw a little baby crawling around. He's like, "That's Jon Snow." I know Jon Snow when I see him.
It's him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You sound like one of those guys on Making a Murderer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched that?
No.
Basically,
Making
they're-
a Jon Snow.
They're they're Northerners, but they're Hoosiers, like from like Wisconsin.
Oh,
sort of
don't
area.
you know?
Yeah. So they're like, yeah. They always talk like that when they're on the phone with each other. He's like, says something like, "Oh, they're trying to put me away forever," and mom's like, "Yeah."
They say
And it
yeah
just goes
a
back and
lot.
forth like that a lot.
Wow.
They say yeah a lot.
Yeah. So Jon Snow,
Yeah.
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 he's definitely coming back to life. Yeah.
He's coming back. No, that's it. No, I can't do it.
Nah, I don't
All I
know.
know, all I have is don't you know.
We speak normally. We're from the Midwest.
We have the
well,
most neutral accent, is what
yeah,
they say.
That's right. There's more telemarketers here than anywhere else. Besides
This accent,
India.
This is considered the
like
broadcast
yes,
accent.
hello. Yes, this is ATT services.
My name is Mike.
My name is
No,
John.
it's not.
Your name is not John.
My name is
Yes,
Bobby.
it is. Yeah.
Every time it's Bobby.
This is Bobby.
It's not. They're liars.
This is Jon Snow.
My name is Jon Snow.
Well, can I? Well,
How can I help you?
I don't want to be on customer service with somebody who knows nothing. I need.
How may I help you with your Johnny 5?
That guy was white.
Like, I was
He's a
right.
liar too. God damn
I
it.
keep forgetting his name too.
I know he was a bad guy in Hackers. If you've ever seen that.
It's been a long time.
Fuck, what is that guy's name?
Fisher Stevens.
Hello.
Yeah, Fisher's not a real name.
Name is Fisher.
Well, it's not a real name.
Fisher's like a name somebody named their kid today. Like this guy was.
That's true, yeah.
This guy was Fisher Stevens before there should have been a Fisher Stevens.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that should be a movie.
You're not wrong.
The first Fisher.
Fisher Stevens is going to be on Game of Thrones, I hear.
That's not true.
Hello, Jon Snow. Welcome back.
I'm Bobby Baratheon.
Oh, I did see something else about Game of Thrones online today.
All right.
If you don't mind
No,
me throwing
please.
something in.
Let's-
The Mountain got another world record.
Yes, I actually I have that in my notes as well. I was actually
yes.
going to.
I saw the video of it earlier. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was going to.
Do you lift up a mountain?
Essentially,
It looks like it could.
It was 2 refrigerators totaling about 1,000 pounds.
He
2
lifted them?
refrigerators?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just lift weights? Well, like, but it's a refrigerator.
When you see the video, basically, it's like a metal bar connects the fridges over the top of them, and it's like shaped to where he can put it on his shoulders,
Yeah.
right? So then he lifts it up on his shoulders, and then he's competing against another guy on some kind of TV show. It's a Guinness World Record show.
Okay.
and they have to walk 2 meters, which is approximately who knows? It's meters.
Was Indiana Jones in one of them?
No, he wasn't. I shouldn't get that because I hate that movie so much, but I do get it. That was originally supposed to be in one of the earlier movies. Did you know that?
Yes, I heard that.
Fucking awful.
Mm-hmm.
So bad. But anyway, yeah, he's carrying the 2 fridges. Refrigerators.
Okay.
Refrigerators.
You got to carry your refrigerators.
He took that literally. He's like, I'm going to break a record.
Did he move some colored TVs?
He didn't because there's no way that much
Can't
anymore.
believe we're doing Dire Straits at the Game of Thrones podcast. I haven't seen the actual video yet, but I have it up on the screen. And ooh, did that one?
The mountain move those refrigerators.
What's this, wrestling?
Basically,
Yeah, they.
but that's him. That's Thor Bjornsson.
Right.
He's huge.
Yeah, he weighs
What is his
175 kilograms.
He's almost 400 pounds.
Fastest 20 meter carrying 2 refrigerators.
20 meters. I said 2. That's
Okay,
clearly
Wow.
wrong.
so this is the fastest anyone has done it. Has anybody even done this before?
Oh, well.
Like, it's one of those world records. Like, I'm the
They made
first,
it
so
up,
I have
yeah.
a world record. No one's ever done
Yeah, this is a bullshit world record, but
Really?
we'll watch him do
This
it.
is
So
bizarre.
I'll
This is
read
the
the
first guy.
I'll read the subtitles of the video as we play it. So far, it's got the first competitor whose name I didn't catch.
If the listener wants to look it up, what is the title of the video on YouTube?
Fastest 20 meter carrying 2 fridges, Guinness World Record, Italian Show, Episode 1.
All right.
The fridge and support structure weighs 450 kilograms, which is 992 pounds.
Yeah, so
in
almost
total.
1,000 pounds.
Almost 1,000 pounds. It's
Jeez,
like
go
half
fuck
a,
yourself.
It's like half a ton.
Oh my god!
Gosh.
Go fuck
So here we go. This
Look
is
at
the
him
first guy.
go. He's going for it.
See, now this guy,
What if he
this guy
trips?
is actually kind of slow compared to how fast the mountain goes.
Seriously?
Seriously?
He's going
Holy
so
shit, man, fucking spoilers.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Spoilers.
Sorry,
right?
guys.
Seriously.
Sorry to the listeners and watchers.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, no, he stopped.
He stopped at 18 meters.
Yeah.
I carry
I think it's getting too heavy for him.
I make face while I carry
Jesus.
Chris. It almost falls over, and the guys in the overalls come over and stop it from falling over. This guy's a nerd. This other guy's a nerd. Okay, here comes the mountain in his awesome wrestling outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I move fridges better.
He's like running with it.
That's what I'm saying. He goes super fast.
Oh my
Oh, this is ridiculous. 12 meters, 13.
I wish the
much does-
listeners knew how intense this is.
How much does that have to hurt? You know, like just the pain you're feeling
Look at
on
him.
your
He didn't-
shoulders.
Yeah.
Dude, he's not even winded.
Yeah. He's like, thank you, crowd.
He didn't pause once.
But
He
what
went straight
brand of
through.
refrigerators are those?
And the mountain wins.
Those GEs?
Clearly, the mountain wins.
19.6 seconds. Fastest ever. He's now the record holder
Yeah,
for
he's,
carrying fridges.
Yeah, he's the record holder for a bullshit record. I couldn't do it.
It's insanely impressive.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna bust balls about it.
but clearly, go fuck yourself. Nobody thought of that record before Guinness World Records
Exactly.
TV or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That was an insane thing to see.
For sure. So that's one of the only things I saw. I thought I took another note too. We'll just continue on with whatever.
I actually have a note.
Okay.
It's not Game of Thrones related per se, but it is George R.R. Martin related, and it's something that hits semi close to home for some people, but not for me specifically. George Martin doesn't think L.A. will support the Rams. So, for the
Wasn't
listener,
expecting that.
I wasn't either.
for the listener, well, it came up in my feed of news about Game of Thrones just because it's George R.R. Martin. So,
Right.
That's hilarious.
for the listener who might not be familiar, we are from St. Louis. Earlier this week, we lost our football team
Yep.
to L.A.
No more Rams.
There's no more St. Louis Rams. They are going back to L.A.
Do you guys watch football?
Now we're gonna have a
Not
big
really.
empty
Yeah,
stadium.
The last time it's been on TV when I've been places.
Yeah.
But the last time I actually watched football, or at least Rams, was when we won the Super Bowl.
So that was 99.
Yeah. That was probably the last time I actually watched something.
Time ago.
I mean, I've watched Super Bowls since then, but it wasn't the Rams. So,
right. My schedule means that I have to sleep all day on Sunday, and football's the least interesting sport to me, honestly. There's a lot of stopping and starting.
Mm-hmm.
Not that other sports are not stopping and starting, but like it's incredibly boring to me. I can't. It doesn't hold my attention whatsoever.
So I guess like one of the main reasons this is like something like, who cares what George R. R. Martin thinks about football?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he's a huge football fanatic, and it's one of the things that procrastinates him from actually writing the books.
That's bullshit.
So
get to work. Get writing.
So, a day after it was announced that Los Angeles would once again have an NFL team thanks to the Rams coming back from St. Louis, the Game of Thrones author, also a football fanatic, cast doubt on whether the move would be successful. While expressing his sadness for Rams fans losing their team, Martin wrote, "St. Louis is a great town, a great sports town. L.A. isn't."
Yes!
Wow.
Yeah, suck it.
He's a man after our own heart, I guess.
Martin also touched on the San Diego Chargers possibly moving to L.A., saying in part, "L.A. has not proven it can support one NFL team, let alone two."
Mm-hmm.
Well, an interesting tidbit I saw this morning was that they had some kind of meeting there with like Kroenke and everybody at some kind of like amphitheater. It was literally like 100 people there in support. So if that's any indication of what the fan base is going to be like, that's not very good.
Well, that's what he goes on a little further. It says that like he used to, back when the Rams were still in L.A. before they came to St. Louis, George would actually go to the games. And he said,
yeah, because they were a team there for like 50 years.
Yeah, they were there for a while.
Yeah.
So he basically says the tickets were easy to come by because nobody went to any games. "I just walked up to the box office on game day and said, I'd like a ticket. Good seats, too," Martin wrote. "The Coliseum was always half empty at the games I attended, which was mostly when the Jets or Giants were visiting, and half the people who were there seemed to be rooting for the visitors." "Maybe this time will be different. Maybe." Yeah. So that's...
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's up in the air about that. It was kind of bullshit the way that they handled it, though, with St. Louis.
I agree.
So,
I mean, this city, I guess I don't know if it's the city. The city didn't really seem all that thrilled about building a new stadium to keep them here to begin with.
But they tried, though.
Yeah.
Like, they were willing to put up money. Like, they were trying.
Right.
Like, they were making efforts.
So I take it back.
They made a great effort.
I take it back. The population of the city wasn't that keen on having the stadium built to keep them here, but the city itself, they bent over backwards trying to keep.
It came out after the fact that, like, because of the efforts that they tried to make, there is like a $16 million bill, even though they didn't end up making the stadium at all.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, the taxpayers are stuck with a $16 million thing.
Well, what are they going to do with it?
Somebody's trying to sue the Rams. Well, somebody's trying to sue Kroenke and the Rams or the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Because apparently
they misled the...
Kroenke was talking about how they were invested in St. Louis, but meanwhile he had already bought, like, land in L.A.
Right.
So he's a fucking liar.
Just greedy.
Traitor!
Yep.
So thank you, George R. R. Martin. We appreciate your
support of a sport that none of us at this table really cares about. I mean, Mike, do you care? You don't really care that much.
I don't really care all that much. This year I've been watching more football than I have probably in the past, 5 years for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been starting to get into it a little more. I've been going over to my brother's to hang out and watch football and stuff. But I'm not a huge Rams fan. I am a fan, but definitely not a huge fan in any way whatsoever. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely sad to see him leave, especially because that's a ton of money that's being lost in St. Louis. That's the biggest thing for me. It's like,
and a lot of people lost their jobs.
St. Louis, in my opinion, kind of is hurting for money and shit anyway. Mm-hmm. So that's why, shit ton of taxes.
That's why the mayor and everybody was making efforts to try and get this new stadium. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I saw something briefly, or maybe I saw a clip on the news. I don't remember. I didn't take notes on this because this isn't Rams talk. But they were talking about how they should. Somebody was saying like they should build the stadium, and we should actually become a Major League Soccer town.
Yeah,
like we should, because they're
that's
wanting,
the other thing
they're wanting to
expand.
The Major League Soccer wants to expand by like another 4 teams.
Right. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Even if they don't make a new stadium, I hope they still do stuff with the dome because it's gonna sit there and the main thing I'm worried about is if they just decide they're gonna tear down all that shit, then where are they gonna have the Comic-Cons? That's you know what I'm saying? Because that's where they had it in the Dome last year, but the year before that they did it in the Convention Center and the Dome combined. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Like last year the lines and stuff all went through the Convention Center, and then it went into the Dome, and then that's where all the stuff was in the floor of the Dome.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't go
because it got a little bigger last year.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's been getting bigger every year. I went the first 2 years it was here.
Of all this Rams bullshit, that is my concern. Is the Comic-Con?
Yeah, that's a solid one.
Yeah. I don't see him tearing it down for any reason unless some
like I
company
said,
wants to buy the land somehow. But I mean,
it's in a pretty shitty part of town.
You know, well, no, but it's downtown. You know, like,
well, yeah, but it's on the edge of the north side. So you know what I mean, like. They could revitalize that entire area if they make a new stadium there, but that's like that. It has to be more like the deal was if they were going to bring a new team here, or if they were going to build a new stadium, the NFL was going to put up $100 million on it. Mm-hmm. So like they don't have that extra push of money. There's not a lot of way they can do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So there has to be some other party involved with like $100 million. Who is that going to be? The MLS is who they're talking about now, which is the soccer thing.
So that could be cool.
Yeah, Comic-Con. So we need Comic-Con.
We need Comic-Con. This needs to be a Comic-Con town.
There is one coming in April. So
yeah, no, and David Tennant's supposed to be there.
The only thing about the Comic-Cons that come here is that they charge so much to meet people, and you only meet them for like a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when Debbie and was it you and Debbie and I? Whenever
that was the first
Lando.
Year. That was the first year.
So we're on the other side of a partition, and Lando's sitting right there, and we're just like, "Fucking Lando is right there."
I think somebody
you could see him.
You took a picture of me.
Well, I tried. I took a picture of you standing next to the partition or whatever.
Yeah, it's like if this flash was a little brighter, you could see the outline of Lando.
There's guys. Like, if you try to go behind the line of people, the corral of people, and try to take a picture, there's people that, like, stand in front of you and wave their hands so that you can't take a picture. Yeah.
I was technically...
Because that's what you're paying for.
It's the photo.
Yeah, and the autograph and whatever else.
I was technically closer to Billy D. Williams being next to that partition than I was to anybody that was actually getting up to meet Billy D. Williams, because there's a table in there, and there was only, like, 6 inches between me and the fabric between.
The look on your face was great, too. You're like, yeah. Fucking Lando.
Meanwhile, I think, what's his face? The Fonz. Harry Winkler.
Yep.
Harry Winkler kind of bumped into me. Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's all right.
My head's a little fried. He actually kind of bumped into me when he was trying to get to his booth.
Yeah. And I think I'm pretty sure we saw...
like, hey!
No. Dude, he's like a fucking grandpa. I mean, he had like a pink sweater on.
I want to say last year we saw a dude from Star Trek and Twilight Zone.
William Shatner?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we saw William Shatner walking around.
William Shatner was supposed to be there, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to go, but I ended up not going.
I'm fairly certain he was there. I didn't meet him because I'm not paying that much money, but...
Yeah, I mean, shit, you know how much money I paid to get a picture of Doctor Who and the Companion.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Trust me, if I had the money, I'm nerdy enough that I would be paying the money. But I don't have the extra money. Like, I have enough for, to buy whatever random little things, like 5 or 6 random cool things at the vendors.
Oh, that was a
lot of it is just about being there and everybody's in such a great mood, and it's like, where do I go next? There's so much going on. My attention is fucking scatterbrained all over the place.
Yeah, last year I didn't go because I don't think there was anybody there that interested me, except William Shatner, and I didn't want to go just for him because I probably wasn't going to pay the money to meet him. The year before that, when I actually paid to get the picture with Matt Smith and Karen Gillan.
Matt Smith, that's who I was going to say was... Yeah, that was 2 years ago, though, right? Yeah,
that was the last time I was there. There was so many people that I wanted to see. Like Emily Kinney from The Walking Dead was there.
Yep.
Like a couple of the guys... One of the guys from Spartacus was there.
Spartacus. I know what that voice was.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Spartacus.
Then there was...
Here's my impression of Spartacus.
The first year Wizard World was here, Andrea from The Walking Dead was
She walked
there.
right past us.
She walked right past us
Zing.
with her security force because people were sending her death threats.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
She was completely surrounded by security.
Because it was around the time she was partnered up with the governor.
Yep.
So, like, people get fanatical about the show. So when they
can't separate reality.
They can't. So they thought when she told the governor that both Shane was banging his wife and like the kid might not be his. Like, I guess that got brought up in a conversation between Rick and the governor. Like, she started getting death threats.
That's crazy.
It was insane.
Retarded. Idiocracy is really
There was also
happening.
a lot of hate for Andrea's character anyway. It's like, I loved Andrea's character.
I thought she was awesome. And she was every bit as freaking hot as she was on the show in person.
Yeah.
She doesn't hold a candle to the younger chick, but she's still pretty good looking.
The girl that plays Maggie?
Who?
Yes. I don't remember what her name is.
Are you talking about Maggie or are you talking about the blonde
Maggie.
girl? Okay.
I mean, no, they're both... Everybody on that show is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Laura Cohen?
Lauren?
Maybe Lauren.
We're
horrible with names.
She is a fox.
Then, that year that...
Fox Terrier.
That year was also the year that one of the...
You're supposed to be the... I'm taking your place as the one who's crazy about ladies.
Her boobs.
Yeah.
Morena...
She doesn't have giant
touch
boobs. She's got...
No, but they're perfect. Like,
they fit her well.
I want to see them naked, and I guarantee they're just
I want to
perfect,
see her
best boobs
boobs
in the world.
naked.
I wish her boobs would take off their clothes.
Take those nipples right off.
Whoa! That's
With
not how boobs are naked.
No.
With my mouth, I just...
So, Morena Baccarin was at one of the Comic-Cons 2 years ago as well. And it was kind of depressing how few people were at her booth. It'd be interesting
At
if
her
she was
boobs?
there now. Because she's, like, in everything. So, for anybody who doesn't...
Who is that?
She was popular from Firefly.
Okay.
But she's also, like, currently, she's Jim Gordon's love interest in Gotham. And we just saw her in an episode of Heroes Reborn.
Damn, so she's all over the place.
She is all over the place. She was in something right before that too that I remember watching. But anyway, yeah, her line wasn't very long at all, which was kind of a depressing sight to see.
I did find the other note on my phone that I took for Game of Thrones. It was a quote from the actor that played King Robert Baratheon.
Oh, I think I know what this is too.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's about actors then versus the actors today.
Yeah, he was on a British daytime program this morning. And I quote, "The actor said he was glad to be on the show before it became a monster hit." This is his quote here. "From our perspective, I feel sorry for the guys going into the show now. There's a huge expectation. For us, there was none, really." Let's see here. Nobody
Got
knew
the breastplate stretcher.
Nobody knew the books. Over here, anyway. It was a very limited fan base, and you couldn't have expected the reaction. So, basically what he's saying is that he feels sorry for all the people
Yeah, you could have been like a nobody cast for the first season.
Yeah.
I
and
don't
you would
believe
have
the
been
first
fine.
second. He's peanut butter and jealous.
Right.
That sounds like a
he
peanut
was
butter
just,
and
he was
jelly
still
statement.
on the show.
Yeah.
Clearly, he should. If he's a working actor, he wants to be on a show that's as big as Game of Thrones is now.
Yeah.
It got big after he was killed off.
How do you feel about Game of Thrones now?
To be fair, they picked that.
I don't care that I'm not on it anymore. No.
Yeah, but you're interviewing me on a morning show on national TV
About Game
so
of Thrones.
obviously I want some fucking attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're saying.
I'm Ludo sad.
Baratheon sad.
I mean, to be fair though, Game of Thrones was renewed for season 2 right after the premiere aired. I mean, it was that big.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. The guy that played Neville in the Harry Potter movies tried to tell Emilia Clarke that he wanted a role on Game of Thrones because he's on what is it called? Ripper Street, yeah, with the guy that plays Brom right now.
Oh, okay. Is that a BBC thing? Yeah.
I was DVRing it, but I was DVRing so much stuff that I just couldn't keep up with everything because I was listening to podcasts instead.
I believe they pronounce it as Ripper Street.
Ripper Street. Oi, what's going on Ripper Street then?
A lot of traffic there on Ripper Street.
What's all these dead hookers laying around? Gotta clean this up.
Clean up these bloody hookers.
Oh, I've seen more dead hookers than this in my day.
Oh, get out of here.
Sean Connery.
God damn it,
Thrones.
He does all kinds of shit
We
about
call it
hookers.
Ripper Street.
I did have one other surprise to bring.
Okay.
Okay. This is part. I know I brought a lot, apparently. I didn't understand
Put
how
your dick
much I
away,
brought
dude.
before it.
Jeez, that's not a
This
surprise.
This is something that came, a piece of paraphernalia that came in the Blu Ray box.
Paraphernalia. Can we smoke it?
It's paper, so you could.
Yeah.
It says, how do you say thank you in Dothraki? You don't.
Whoa!
Try this expression instead. And it gives the pronunciation of I will let you live.
Ooh.
So, if you guys, I think it would be fun if we all tried to say it together at the same time.
Okay.
I think it'd be fun if we all tried it individually.
Oh, shit. Thought I knocked over my booze for a second. Okay, well, we'll do that then.
All right.
I'll try it first. This is I will let you live in Dothraki. Anha vazhak yaran thirat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who wants to go
Sounded
next?
really
Send
angry.
the next one.
No. It did, didn't it?
It did.
I'm not an actor.
This is ridiculous.
I know.
I have a Zach, you're in Dirat.
Yeah, you sound like a 20s mobster.
I got it.
Yeah, you
Now,
got it.
see?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll say it. Oh, okay. All right. Now you got me doing it. Oh, this is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying.
Take two.
Anha vazhak yuran thyrat. Now, I did not
You're
sound
hired.
I didn't sound threatening when I
You're
did
right,
it.
yeah. And you also didn't sound like a mobster from the 20s.
I also
Man.
no, I didn't hear.
I don't know if you're supposed
go
to
again.
even say it threatening. I just came out that way. I just was super aggressive about it.
No,
Because you could be nice about it. Be like, I will let you live.
I'll let you live.
You'd be like,
All right, let's see. Should I try to actually audition for Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yes,
Pretend.
audition.
Here's this is your motivation. You're auditioning.
you're
for
Sean
Game of Thrones.
Connery auditioning for Game of Thrones.
Oh, you're Sean Connery.
No, set the stage for me, Chris.
Okay, basically, HBO has called you,
No.
and they said, if you nail this line in Dothraki, you will be on Game of Thrones for the rest of the series. Okay? Based on one line of dialogue.
One line of dialogue.
Super unrealistic expectations, but nonetheless.
You'll be the new king.
You'll be the new King Baratheon the 5th or whatever.
I'm so excited. This is so much pressure. I'm actually legitimately sweating right now. All right.
And action.
Aha, Vasak, you're on Thorat.
Tim, HBO just texted me after they heard this live podcast.
Yep.
That isn't live.
Uh-huh.
They said you're fucking hired, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we get a real actor?
Hey, you did.
Sean, you can come back for this, and that's it. Okay.
You know how to play a king, Sean. I mean, you play King Arthur,
Yeah.
King Richard.
It's good to be the king.
You played a Spanish conquistador in the Highlander with no change of your accent whatsoever.
My name's Juan Santos Villalobos, Chief Metallurgist degree.
He does that in all of his movies. I fucking love that about you, Sean. You do not change your accent, regardless of your whatever your nationality is in the movie that you're in.
Listen, in Mother Russia.
Yeah. Hunt
We
for
all
Red
talk
October.
like this.
Hunt for Red October, no change whatsoever.
Damn the torpedoes. Now, I'll tell you. I'll show you how to speak Dothraki, you rogue. Aha, Vasak, you're on Thorat.
Yep.
I still think Tim did better.
That's
Sorry,
a
Sean.
fucking mic drop right there. You're going to take that to the bank.
Sean, the mic's on the stand. You can't drop it.
Hey, that costs money.
I'm gonna slap Khaleesi.
Sean's very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. But yeah, that apparently that's it says learn Dothraki with Living Language in HBO. Visit livinglanguage.com/Dothraki to learn more.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
think
have to.
that's a new segment.
I'll probably have to practice that some more because I actually want to do some voice acting stuff one day.
Ooh, the 20% off code expired.
Oh,
Yeah. Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Well, speaking of slapping the Khaleesi, the last thing that I had was that she was interviewed recently for, I guess it was E. It was either E or like Entertainment Tonight or something like that. One of those shows, and she basically said that Season 6 will have the biggest moments on television that have ever existed!
So basically, she said this from a mountaintop.
Oh, she was talking to E! News at the HBO Golden Globes party.
They were on a mountaintop. They were at the bottom, and she was at the top, and she was making a proclamation. Season 6 is the greatest season of television I've ever participated in.
Dracarys! And then she set everybody on fire. She was asked about Jon Snow's fate, in which she only said this: "It's gonna be big."
I like it big. I like them juicy.
Well, Jon Snow's not really that big, so
But it's gonna be big.
yeah. Referring to
His wiener.
his ring. Okay, I wasn't following.
He's going to be chosen by the Red God for his enormous dick.
Yeah, his dick's gonna be red and throbbing, so the Red God is all about it.
There's a fire in my loins. I need to learn to do a Jon Snow.
Oh, I just watched it today. I have nothing.
I have nothing either. It's been so long since I've actually heard him talk.
I know
I
nothing.
know. That's what I'm trying to.
Because you have to be
Don't have it in my head.
kind of pouty and whiny, but you need to have like a deep voice at the same time.
Yeah, he's pretty emo.
Yep.
So not as emo as Kylo Ren. But
That was exactly what was going through my head as you said it. But at least Jon Snow doesn't throw any fucking bitch fits, and
he needs to he needs to find his father's head and be like, "I will finish what you started."
Yeah. I'm trying. What was I? Oh, you know what? This is maybe a little unrelated, but in part of the
We talked about football.
Yeah, I know. Well, one of the commentary tidbits that did come up was that when what's his name is telling Reek to get in the bath.
Oh, what's his name?
I can't remember what his name is. The person that's torturing him.
Ramsay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ramsay's at this point he's done physically torturing him. Now he's psychologically terrorizing him like all the time.
Are you about to talk about this?
No, basically what he does is he's telling him to undress and get in the bath. And originally, the writers were the ones doing the commentary in this one. They said that they originally had written it where you see his fucked up junk.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And he said when he watched it with his friends, like the dailies before they finished filming and everything, he watched it with his friends, and they were all like, no, don't show it! Because he tells them to undress, you're like, immediately it goes in your head like, you're getting ready to see some fucked up shit.
I hope in the commentary they actually called it his fucked up junk.
Nah, they didn't say fucked up, but there is cursing in the commentary.
Well, sure.
They don't really care. But, well, it's HBO, it's not TV.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
So, anyway,
it's HBO and a Blu Ray that you paid for.
Right.
It's hit broads often.
That's a network I could get behind.
Literally. So they're originally going to show his junk, but then
all of our shows will have pussy galore.
right after they were talking about that, Ramsey gives this fucking hilarious look down at his junk. And that's all that you don't need to see it. Like, all you need to see is Ramsey's look at Reek's junk.
Oh, shit.
And he gets this creepy, evil smile on his face, and you know that his junk is messed up.
Fucked up junk.
If you actually zoom, once it comes out in 4K video, you'll actually be able to zoom in on Ramsey's eyes, and you'll see the reflection of the fucked up junk.
The hashtag for this episode should be fucked up junk.
Hashtag fucked up junk.
I think that should be the new name of the podcast.
Fucked up junk on the tower. On the couch.
That's all that I got for
Watching fucked up junk on the couch.
That's all I got for this episode. Anybody have anything else?
I don't think so.
Besides, we're excited to see what's gonna happen. Well, Mike may not, because Mike's still upset about the end of the last season.
No, I think I got over it.
Okay.
But if I watch it again, those feelings will probably come back.
He did need a while to get over it.
Yeah.
He was so angry.
Well,
I'm going to be marathoning the rest of Season 4 and then the rest of Season 5 as we build up to the premiere.
yeah, I think I'm going to start going back and watching some seasons again.
You
I'll
should.
probably start with maybe 4.
Yeah. We can
That's
reconvene
that's
at least
a
a couple of times.
Yeah. You have,
No,
like,
I definitely want to.
a few months, but even so.
I at least want to reconvene once a month.
Yeah, I mean, on the road with ThorHammer can't be the only people putting up content.
That's true. Well,
I'm
to
just
be fair,
I'm giving you shit.
Well, How Should I Bro?
Oh,
is,
the High Files did put up some stuff, and How Should I Bro?
How Should I Bro hasn't put up much since. We haven't had a How Should I Bro since November either, because Sam's voice has been fucked up for a few months.
Right.
He said he's on the mend though. So that was before, but
Now he's going to be extra on the men.
yeah. So
Damn it, Sam.
we might. I might try to figure out a way.
Oh, Sam's here.
I got into an accident.
Sam made it after all.
Yeah, I got into an accident. Sorry, my voice is messed up. I almost sound like Batman.
Tell me, do you bleed? I do.
Sam won't ever listen to this.
No,
That's
he
great.
won't.
He's too busy playing with his phone.
His voice is all fucked up from eating pussy, man. Breakfast, morning, noon, night.
What's
Tons, loads.
What's that from?
Rockstar.
Oh,
Because I watched it today. we were talking about it earlier.
that's good
Before the
stuff.
podcast.
Oh, Sarah's been playing the Telltale Game of Thrones game on the
yeah, I
Xbox.
have. Totally forgot about that. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Been a couple weeks.
No.
Oh, you can quote things.
No.
Been a while. What is this game you speak
It's been
of?
a while since anybody cared about that fucking song.
Yeah.
It's like a choose your own adventure with actual. I don't know. You actually have to fight, and if you fight and you lose, you die.
Okay.
So, but you choose like how you want to respond to people, and that affects your character and like how people see you in the plot of the game.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and they actually have a lot of different versions of it too. Not just for Game of Thrones, but for Walking Dead, and there were a couple others that I wasn't.
Back to the Future was the first one they came out with.
Okay.
They did one based on Borderlands. They're going to be doing a Batman one.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's...
so they take like
It's like
main plot stuff,
No,
and then you
it's
can
like-
pick different things than what they do in the movie.
Well, it's not like
the
No,
show?
it's
based-
continuations.
Oh,
Yeah,
alright,
it's in the
alright.
same world and
Yeah.
universe as Game of Thrones.
See, I was
but-
gonna say, like, how do they
Yeah, it's
attack?
subplot.
How do they approach the old movies that way? If they got or the show that way? If
It's
so
it's
it's
a
all
different
continuations.
storyline.
Okay, that's awesome though.
Yeah, it's
I'm into it.
Yeah, you're basically like a minor house that was allied with Stark, and I think it takes place after the Red Wedding.
Mm.
So,
Sweet.
but it's episodic. There's 6 episodes for season 1. I don't know if season or episode 6 is out yet, but we have all the ones that we can get so far. It was one of the things I wanted to like get together and like we all play and then stream it.
I would totally do that.
I just need to figure out how to do that
Yeah.
because we're going to be playing the game, and then it's not really like a multiplayer game, but we can still like look at the story, figure out what we want to do, and then we'll be bullshitting through the thing anyway. So I just need to figure out a way that we can stream the game and stream all of our conversation. So
I'm gonna leave that to you.
yep.
I do actually have something
Oh.
to recommend
Ooh.
for people.
Ooh.
The show Broadchurch
Yeah.
which is on Netflix right now. I believe it's the only 2 seasons that have been on TV are on Netflix.
I think there's only 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I think they're doing season 3 now,
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
like shooting it.
Yeah, but it features Grey Worm, whoever that actor is. Don't know what his name is.
Nowhere.
He
You know
is
what,
in
we
the first season though.
We really need to do more homework and
I
actually
know,
learn people's names.
Well, I was surprised
Need
that
to keep
I
a
came
list.
across this much
There's so many
content.
characters. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Game of Thrones
Yeah.
has the most characters of shows that I watch.
Characters
You know what I
welcome.
mean?
HBO,
Please.
characters welcome.
That's wrong. That's completely wrong.
Very funny.
HBO, very funny. That comment was funny.
HBO, maybe you'll watch this shit. That should be some channel slogan.
Yeah. Or maybe not. Whatever.
concur.
We don't care.
Yeah.
That's probably
Just kidding. We do care. Watch it.
that's the
See,
Esquire
then it
Network.
just got too desperate at the end, you know?
Like,
At first I was into it. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, okay.
I'm not watching this shit.
I might watch it.
I was intrigued, but you turned me off with that desperate bullshit at the end.
Watch it or don't.
But
I
yeah,
don't care.
Broadchurch, Netflix, BBC, BBC America, BBC 4, BBC 3, BBC 2, BBC 1.
I don't know if it works that way,
I don't.
but
It doesn't work that way.
But the BBC. Yeah,
Yeah, you got on.
oh, okay, yeah.
Another thing we could recommend: Austin Powers, Man of Mystery.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
That's not something I'll recommend.
No,
No,
Dr.
does it not
Evil.
hold up?
I didn't like it the first time around.
Yeah.
Dr. Evil's going to be Game of Thrones.
$1 billion.
$100 million.
You know that's Lorne Michaels. It's a straight Lorne Michaels impression.
Oh, is
That's
it?
a
Yeah,
serious-
that's where he got that from.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
That is funny.
Yeah. So yeah, Grey Worm, Broadchurch, watch it.
Okay, and then we need
David Tennant's on that too.
we need to find some erotic Game of Thrones fan fiction so we can.
yeah, we forgot.
I didn't
Ooh, baby,
forget.
yeah,
Oh, well, why
baby,
didn't you bring it this
baby.
time?
Because it's gonna be for
Think
the.
so.
It's gonna be when we do the weekly.
Oh,
Episodes.
alright. I'm into that though, totally. I'll jerk to it
You know?
Well, that's not necessary. I may just need you for your voice.
after the fact.
Oh, okay.
And then Ramsay stared at his fucked up junk.
Yeah, I'm debating whether. Fuck, maybe we should just write one.
Wait, Ramsey isn't the one with fucked up junk.
No, he stares.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Reeks.
It
Yeah.
reeks.
So
Now
yeah,
it's
And
we should
and
see.
he
If,
thought, boner jams.
we should decide whether or not we should find multiple stories and just like read an excerpt every episode, or if we should just find one and then we just break it up into installments for the show.
I
As
think
long as we do
it
it.
should be one because it would be easier for somebody to follow along.
Mhm.
Like we leave off here, we let them know where to come back in. You know what I mean? So they don't have to keep looking for new ones. The listeners, hypothetical listeners that do exist.
Sure.
Hey, everyone out there.
All right. Well, I guess that's where we'll leave it
All right.
for this episode.
All right, see you fuckers.
So I'm Tim
See you
Pickerel.
later, fucks. See you later, you fucks. I'm Chris Naes.
I am Mike Gavron. Yeah, see?
Shit, I'm Sarah Hedrick.
And now our watch has ended until next month.